like the concept of the bonus system, right? Where, you know, if you're at work on time, show up every day this week, and I'll give you extra money, you know, whatever, you know, $100 more on your check or whatever, right? But what I've tried that, and what's happened with that is the guy will be, you know, be late, 5 minutes late or whatever, and then come Friday, I said, man, I was only 5 minutes late, dude. You know, damn, I can't believe you're gonna snatch the bonus because I was 5 minutes late. And yeah, I get a lot of that, y'all. And then you got an attitude, right? That's what happens. Now, if they're late every day, that's different. But if they're like, you know, late on Monday, then they know they're not going to get the bonus for the rest of the week. Now they got an attitude, and I'm out here with a guy with an attitude for the whole week. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I ran into a lot of that where they were like, man, I can't believe you're going to deny me my little bonus, man, when I was only, you know, 2 minutes late. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to do the being on time and showing up every day, you got to do it to a science. You got to do it down to the minute. You can't be 5 minutes late and still be on time. You know. That's what I ran into, and that's why I don't normally do that. Now, well, I will do the bonus thing, but I don't tell them, because what happens when you tell them is just like I said, and then they start expecting it. So then on a week where they weren't really hard, but the business didn't make as much for whatever reason, they still want their bonus, right? Even if they were late once or twice, you know, or didn't show up or whatever. You know, you can't give bonuses out if the business ain't making no money or the business is breaking even. The business has got to make money in order for me to give it out. So a lot of times what I'll do is if we have a good week and I see the guy, you know, instead of, you know, doing a thing where I'm counting the minutes for him to come in so I don't have to pay him the bonus. That's how they're looking at it, y'all. That's how the employee's looking at it. He's hoping I'm late, so the employees are saying, Ray, he's hoping I'm late so he don't have to pay that bonus. And, you know, their clock will say 8:01 and my clock will say 10 minutes after 8. You know, and then there's always room for debate there, and that causes conflict in my experience out here. You get a good guy out here though, where it's not so desperate for money and need, you know, then you might not have all that. So that's another thing. But I have been known to, you know, and again, with the type of guys that I've had out here, and after I know when I do give them a bonus, it usually ain't in cash. I'll buy them you know, I'll ask them what kind of boots they want, and I'll buy them a pair of boots, or you know, buy them lunch or something. You know, I don't know, just giving them cash for the guys that I've had out here. That ain't you ain't helping the situation none. Matter of fact, you know, you're before long they become dependent on that bonus, and then when they don't get it, they got a problem with the type of guys that I've had. So I hope this answers some of the questions. I know my brain is all over the place. I got a grading job to go look at. I got the saw job over here in downtown Sonoa that I got to go measure real quick. We're going to do the job. It's just about they want to meet and talk logistics and everything and money, because not the big job I'm doing, but another one. I'm going to be, you know, calling the Ford dealer today, you know, so I need to hook to the other trailer and do some lawn work. And that's another thing too, like right now, Trevor could work tomorrow, but that would require me not to do nothing today to make money. And I'm not built like that. I need to make money every day. Every day I need to make money. So, but you never know when you're going to have downtime and or whatever. Because if I don't get the lawns done, then I can't. I won't be able to depart. You know. And then logistically, you got to think about it too. Like, I need to go do the marathon, the gas station down there, the marathon. Well, if me and Trevor do lawns tomorrow, we're not even on that side. We're over here on the other side. And if he's in the truck with me, I'll tell you what I tell Trev. You know, he don't have no experience out here or nothing, and he's in the truck with me. What I tell him, and I kind of agree with Chad on that, where you don't pay for performance for guys in the truck with you. But I kind of do, because when they get in the truck, here's the list, man. So I want them to get familiar with the list. I do, so we can be more efficient. And I'll show Trev the list. I'll say, yeah, man. So we got these 8 yards. I'll give you as long as we get everything done. I'll give you $150 or $130 or whatever. Because I'm not trying to have somebody out here and where the business is not making. The business has got to be earning. But I definitely know that during the summer I can get all kind of loyalty, but during the winter they don't save their money or nothing. And then so what ends up happening is once I see all that, then I'm not trying to create a bunch of work just for them to, you know, well, by that time I done got an attitude with them anyway. I've never had a guy make it through the summer, and by the time we get to September, they are still doing good work, showing up and everything. Usually by then they've had so many problems during the summer, I'm glad not to be around them. And that's the kind of help that I've had. You know, I save money every year to pay, you know, something during the winter. At least give them a percentage, weekly pay or something. But that means that my winters have got to be pretty busy. And I haven't been able to do that. Now with the skid, it's a little bit different. I'm getting better, and you know, I'm trying and all that. But the reason I'm by, you know, skid steer and all the attachments is so I don't have to depend on these guys. You know, the lawn maintenance is really the only thing that I have to depend on guys to come to work every day. You know, where to make decent money. I don't want guys out here on the skid steer jobs because, well, they're not deserving of that, because they played games with me and ran my blood pressure up all summer. I had to get on medicine during the summer because these guys are freaking driving me crazy. Telling me one thing, doing something else, and then wanting top pay. It's frustrating, man. It really is. But I gotta unhook this trailer, man, and go look at this grading job.